Sorry about that. I had to cut it off so I could find the chart, because I had them printed and placed elsewhere. But Tim LaHaye's charts, there's two of them. There's the 70 weeks of Daniel, and then there's the Revelation commentary chart, which is the events of the tribulation period. I just wanted to show you where the rapture is and the seals, so you can see the first seal and the second seal is here, and there's the rest of the seals. The rapture happens it seems like right after the first seal, according to Tim LaHaye. So this is the objective here. This Tim Tebow phenomenon is why I'm stressing to do this video, because I just believe that we're watching it unfold. We're watching it being open. The world is watching it, but we don't know it. And I believe that this is it. It might not happen tomorrow, but we don't know that as well. But this is the 70 weeks of Daniel chart, and you can see here the rapture of the church, and then the 7 years of tribulation. And on the bottom over here, it says, the Antichrist signs a covenant with Israel to start the tribulation, according to Daniel 9:27. I'm going to, all the links, all this information that you're looking at, you'll see under the video again, so you can check it out for yourself. And I just want to add, and I'm going to put a link to Scottie Clarke's Defending the Pre-Trib Rapture video. For those that don't know what I'm talking about at all, don't know what the rapture is, or maybe you want to see a very good presentation of what it's all about, I'm going to put a link to his video. And I actually sketched out the same chart that he put up, a little tiny version. This is the 22 chapters of Revelation, and you can see where the tribulation period is of 7 years. And these are the chapters in particular. The seals are right here, which start at the 6th chapter. And here is the rapture of the church, which is spoken about between chapters 3 and 5, or at the end of 5. And as you can see, the rapture, he says the rapture will happen right before the first seal. So you have Tim LaHaye saying right after the first seal. It can happen anytime. It can happen tomorrow, like we said, right? So I just thought that was interesting, and like I said, watch his video so you can understand it better. Thank you, Scottie. Okay. Alrighty, so we have those two viewpoints. I got out of the way, and now I'm going to show you. And this is kind of upsetting me now, because I thought my iPad can switch screens so I could show you my computer, but that's not going to work. So I will get back to you and try to figure this out, because I don't know the Screen-O-Matic program, and I know everyone's used it. I haven't learned to use it yet, but I'm just going to go and see if I can possibly read off everything that I want to tell you, and then show you the article later on. So I'll be back. Thanks. I'm back, and I figured it out. I'm just going to have to hold my iPad up to the screen and show you everything, and try to narrate this time. Maybe my face not showing up in the video will be better, but who knows? Let's see how it goes. Firstly, let me just explain, as you're looking at this, when Tim Tebow was playing for the Florida Gators, and he was, I guess the NFL draft happened, and I want to emphasize the number 25. And I will tell you why that 25 is important number throughout this whole video. And for Tim Tebow, firstly, he became a spokesman for Jockey International, a long-time company that they've been around for 137 years, I think. So he signed on to be their spokesman on July 27th, 2010. And I am telling you this date because I believe this date is very specific. It has an emphasis to what I'm trying to get into here. Last November, they did an ad for him, and this was the whole phenomenon that started when everybody was trying to get the Broncos for Tebow to play as the starter of the game for the season for 2011. They wanted him to start for the team. I was trying to understand what that meant, but now I know it's about being the quarterback for the beginning of the game. So this was an ad that Jockey put out, a Billboard ad, last November. And specifically, I had to show you, and bear with me that I'm trying not to shake this. I will put all the links down, don't worry. Trying to show it to you in the best light that I can. You can see there are 5 horses in this ad. And look at the white horse, which is right next to Tebow. And you will see clearly when you check the link out on your own that the horses in front of the white horse, it's in a group of 3. So I thought that had to represent, for me, the red, black, and pale horse, although they're not in those colors. And then you have that 5th horse that's lagging behind, and I thought to myself, okay, that represents the martyrs. And, we'll get into that later on, which is the 5th seal, after the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Tim Tebow could be a martyr. He represents the martyr. And this ad is just an ad. It can be just an ad like anything else that you see. And I just thought, you know what? It's got to say something. And I just thought I had to show it to you guys. So let's let me scan back here. I'm going to click to my next thing. Here is a website based on the Jockey company, and they have up a separate website other than the catalog website where you can order from. This just explains the company heritage, background, how they started out. Look at this. This is you can see it says here that an illustrator was hired to do this ad for, I believe it was for Sports Illustrated. Oh, I'm sorry, the Saturday Night Post. I should know this. I'm an artist. But anyway, look, you can see for yourself, he's Tebowing. The man is leaning on a bag and trying to use his knee to tighten the bag's strings, I guess like the laces. But this is their iconic ad that they had made up back then. And this was in 1912. So I thought that was interesting. So here is the next thing. In 1938, they came out with what's called a cellophane wedding. And this was their way of modeling their undergarments. So they had these models wear actual cellophane, I guess a bride and groom garments, and the jockey undergarments were shown underneath. So I thought that was interesting, that they made a bride and groom wedding theme out of this. Okay. Here is the first Jockey logo. And if I didn't say it, I'm saying it now. Yes, Tim Tebow is a jockey, and that's what they call horse riders. So I'm sure everyone got that by now. Yes. Okay. Yeah, this is the logo. Okay. I wanted to show you the logo change that they created back in 2006, after having the actual jockey rider from 1945, I believe, till 2005. I'm sorry, I have it loosely. I don't remember exactly, but anyway, in 2006 they changed it to this logo. I wanted to know why, and there was no explanation. But thank God for bloggers. This specific blogger, and I'm just gonna read off what he wrote. And he seemed a little peeved by the logo change, but just read it off really quick. The ring in the center, and I wish I could. You would think that they would put a picture, right? But you know what? I wrote down what I have, and I'll just leave the picture up so you can see what I'm talking about. Just to summarize what he wrote. The ring in the center is universal symbol for unity. The seeds of life which emanate from the ring represents fertility and renewal. The 3 vines of life were chosen. People of all cultures associate the number 3 with triads, spirit, mind, body, and they didn't specify, but obviously you know, the Trinity. So I thought that was very interesting that they made it a point to change it to this exact logo back then, and this is 5 years before Tim Tebow was signed on as their spokesman. So here you go. All right, now we're gonna get into just to get into more of the 25. And this is something that everybody, I think, I'm not sure if everyone found out about this, but he during the Patriots game last weekend, he actually suffered from an injury, but he didn't let anyone know. I mean, obviously the coaches knew, and they asked whether he wanted to be taken out, and he decided to play through the injuries. He didn't want to stop, and this was in the second half in the third quarter. He was the 25th pick in the draft for the Broncos, 25th of the first round. So I'm sure everybody understands that. 2012, he's going to start off in this 2012-2013 preseason, which is coming up, I believe, around August of this year. So I thought, again, we're looking at July 27th, we became the jockey spokesman. And then heading towards August, that's when the football preseason starts. And he's going to be the starting quarterback for the team. His birthday, August 14th, 1987, okay? He is going to be 25 years old. 25. Equivalent to 1 quarter, okay? And now we're talking the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. He is 1/4 of the 4 horsemen. So that's really, like, amazing. When this was presented to me, all these things were hitting me one by one in the past week that I was like, I was blown away by everything. So I just wanted to show you that he specifically had these injuries. Just to read it to you quickly. He suffered a rib injury. I'm sorry I didn't really get into it here, but it was in the third quarter. He played through it, and then he was in pain. He had to go get an MRI 2 days later on that Monday. And now he's fine, but he has to recover. So he is resting as of now. Then I found this article, and I thought this was like, whoa. And just to show it to you. Tim Tebow's rib injury versus Patriots. Like Jesus' wounds. Stop crucifying him. And I'm just going to read it off to you quickly. Tweeters have crucified Tim Tebow for his play in Saturday's 45-10 loss to the New England Patriots. And by the way, the Patriots were animals. I'm sorry to say, if you're a Patriot fan, I will never watch the Patriots play again. I did not like how they played, but whatever, that's my thing. So now it turns out that during the game, he sustained an injury very much like the one that at least temporarily killed Jesus Christ, who rose again in fulfillment of the scriptures if memory serves. Can the chosen one do the same? The injury news comes from ESPN's Adam Schefter, who reports that during the third quarter of the game, Tebow was hit while standing in the pocket as he attempted to throw a pass. The blow caused a rib cartilage tear, a bruised lung, and fluid buildup in the pleural space of his chest. Hurts that weren't fully diagnosed until an MRI on Monday, which was scheduled after he spent a painfully sleepless weekend. Much like the rest of the Broncos nation. Haha. Okay, whatever. The Jesus Connection. Look no further than the crucifixion page presented by In His Steps Ministries, according to the account written by Dr. C. Truman Davis, who takes a medical angle on the tale. Jesus appeared to have perished on the cross, but to make doubly sure of the death, the legionnaire drove his lance through the 5th interspace between the ribs, upward through the pericardium, and into the heart, and immediately there came out blood and water. Pierced between the ribs, fluid in the chest, the similarities are uncanny. That's my word, uncanny. Of course, Tebow, they say Tebow Jesus, but I'm not going to. The comparisons are nothing new. As evidence, check out this amazing clip, which you can see for yourselves. I really, it's just a ridiculous clip that they made up. But this is the article about his injuries. I thought, okay, wow. What else do I need, Lord? Everything's just hitting me like one by one. I can't. It's the research that I did was. It wasn't even like a difficult. I'm difficult at explaining it, and if you're still watching, thank you for watching. I love you guys for being patient with me. But actually, let me just get back to. I just want to continue on because I have more to explain. There's 2 other, how do I say it, clues that I want to show you, and just to kind of summarize everything because I'm about to be out of time. So next on to the third part. Thank you.